Yo guys, RocketInsight back with another video. In this video, we're going to be doing something slightly different. I figured why not try to, analyze not too deeply, but kind of go over one of my replays to give you guys a look into how I play twos, how I try to incorporate some of the advice that I give you guys in the analysis videos into my own gameplay so you can kind of have more of a vivid reflection of my advice essentially. So it's going to be a more of a quick analysis. It's not going to be too in-depth. There won't be any kind of jump-in replays. Just want to give you guys an idea of how I kind of operate mainly off the ball, my game sense, my decision making, and all the kind of stuff that I preach in my other analysis videos. So hope you guys enjoy it, and let's jump straight into it. All right guys, so let's jump in. Let's see how we do in this game. I played this game a couple of days ago, so let's see. I can't remember exactly what happened, but we'll talk over it as we kind of go along. So as you guys know, we cheat on every kickoff. Should be the standard practice. So make sure you try to cheat as much as you possibly can. I like to soft cheat, a kind of a semi-soft cheat on my kickoffs, especially on the first kickoff where I don't know what kind of kickoff my mate will have. But then depending on how strong their kickoff is, I will obviously adjust how I cheat. So do keep that in mind. So here we managed to get a kickoff here. Here there's obviously boost, but there's a bug. There's a bug with the replay where it doesn't always show the boost, but there's obviously boost here as I get 100 boost. We go up the wall here. I take my time here. I will be honest, I'm not the best mechanical player. I would definitely say that my offense is the weakest part of my game. So I'm a lot stronger off the ball than I am with the ball. So yeah. So here I try to beat the first man, KC. That's my job. My job is to try and beat the first man, which I did manage to do that pretty well. Tried to get a double, but Emmy gets a really good save here. So here, if you notice, when I land, I don't leave the play. I don't go for their corner boost. I immediately try and stay in the play, right? So I grab one pad, grab two pads, and I stay in the play. 27 boost is, you should be comfortable with 20 boost or more. You should be comfortable with that amount of boost. Here, 27 boost, we're comfortable. I need to stay in the play. I know 50 is about to happen. I try to face the 50. It doesn't happen. So now I try to push closer. There's a 50 about to happen. And the reason why I turn my car to the right is because the way I know Monty is going to be pushing the ball forward, and I know the opponent is going to be trying to push the ball out. So when they both collide together, it naturally means that the ball is going to be pushing towards the right, which it does. Grab the boost because I have time here. Go for the air dribble. It wasn't the best first touch. Like I said, I'm not mechanically great, and I will be honest with that. Didn't do a good job, so that was my fault. I should do a better job there, and I didn't. Mate has possession. I try to look for the bump here. It's all about trying to make yourself as useful as possible. So I land. How can I make myself useful? I don't rotate out. I don't go get boost. My mate has possession, and there's an opponent right there. So what do? I tried to demo him, and I thought Emmy was going to push out a bit more, but he didn't. So it just didn't work out. Here we can get boost. So what's going on here? So here Monty's going to be challenging. I need to get back into the play as soon as possible. So I'm trying to do that here. Trying to do that. Monty does get a touch on the ball here. My mate does get a touch. But he does get downwind in the end, which does give me an opportunity to make a challenge. So here I know Monty is I know Monty has been demoed. He's probably going to be spawning with boost. So the reason why I'm pausing it quite a lot is because I can't remember exactly my decision making in this game, because it was about 3 days ago. So I'm trying to reenact what I would do and see if I actually did it in a game, to try and see how authentic my gameplay is. So here I can probably take this ball in the air, or I can take my time. If I take it in the air, which is fine, my control needs to be good. So I take a touch here. Let's see what I do. and I just try to hit it out and try to go for a 50. Like I said, my mechanics are not the greatest, I will be honest. A higher level player would probably have done a better carry, a better job here. So that was not great by me. I just wanted to hit it out and try to get a 50. I couldn't get a 50, but I do force the opponent to go high. Because, so here, the reason why I'm going for mid boost, let me try and explain to you guys. So, okay, the reason why I'm going for mid boost here is because I'm expecting Monty to get this ball, because I did kind of force the first man to pop the ball really high. So it means that, one, the ball is really high, so it naturally means that I have time to get boost. When the ball is in the air or the ball's hanging in the air, it generally means you have time to get boost, especially if you expect or anticipate that your mate will be there to get it first. So I'm trying to reposition in such a way where if my mate gets the ball and I get the boost, then it sets up for a nice counter attack, which is exactly what happened. So I trusted that my mate would get the ball, and it's based on trust and a little bit of expectation here. So now I have a counter attack and I have an open net, but you know, I'm just I'm just trash, I guess. I can't score an open net. I don't even know why I tried to go for a double tap. I should have drove across the wall a bit more and then jumped off a bit later and then tried to flip into the ball. But that was just a really, really bad attempt right there. So we land. Monty doesn't have boost. So what do we do here? Grab some pads, stay next to mate. He has no boost. You stay next to mate when he has no boost. So here, let me see. That was really bad from me. I have no idea why I did that. I should have just drove straight across the mid pads and just wait for Monty to make a decision and kind of be ready. Yeah, that was no idea. That's a mistake from me. 100% a mistake, because I didn't even grab any pads. And then when Monty gets dunked, so what is the problem here? My rotation here was bad. Not rotation, my rotation. My pathing was really bad here. I didn't grab any pads. So my responsibility in terms of getting back and getting boost was not good. Monty's responsibility is to get a good 50, but he gets dunked. So I didn't do a good job and my mate didn't do a good job, which then puts us in a very, very awkward position. Here I managed to get a fortunate read here. So he booms it. Danger. The amount of players that I have seen in GC and also the lower ranks, when the ball is flying over their head, what they will do is they will just kind of, let me try and show you guys. They would just kind of drive like this, let the ball bounce, then they would turn and see if an opponent is coming. But by the time they turn and wait for the ball to drop, the opponent is already flying and is going to smack this ball into the net. The amount of times I've seen this is actually quite unbelievable. So here, you would rather be safe than sorry. Remember, you would rather be safe than sorry. So what do we mean by this? When the ball is in the air like this, just jump and clear it. Yes, you might surrender possession, but who cares, right? You can just regroup and try to defend the next phase of play, which is what I did here. The ball's up. I have 12 boost. Is it possible for me to whiff this ball? Yes, but it doesn't matter. You still got to go up, be brave, learn how to read the ball off the wall, and try to make the clear, which is what I did. Because I know the opponent is behind me. Where? Emmy, yeah. So if I let this ball drop, look, if I let the ball drop, he's going to be there and he's going to try and dunk me or something, which can be quite dangerous. Here, I pretty get a nice touch to my mate. I will be honest. I didn't really expect to clear this ball to my mate. I had an idea that my mate was somewhere in that area, but it turned out to be an amazing pass where he gets the boost and scores the open net. So a bit of a lucky clear, but I think the intention was good there. So we end up going 1-0 up. All right, so kickoff goes to their side. So here, I've mentioned this many times. If the ball on kickoff goes to the opponent's side, you should get mid boost. But because here, I'm just keeping an eye. Look, I'm going for mid boost, but I'm not turning on my my car cam because I still need to figure out what's happening. Is my teammate going to get the ball, even though he has 100 boost and he should? Or is Emmy going to get a beat on him? So then at that point, I realized that Emmy wasn't going to get it. So I have time to get boost. Monty has boost here, so it's going to be our possession. Here, we position here. We don't get too close to the play. Monty has possession. He can potentially give you a pass. So you want to hold your position. This is what I do. I hold my position here in case Monty wants to hit a pass to me. He doesn't opt to go for a pass. So I can see KC is going to go for a 50 here. And what do? We face the 50, right? This is a true 50. A true 50 was about to happen. We didn't turn away. We didn't shy away. We faced the 50. And what happened? It ended up going towards us. We can now chase this ball. We can't get there in time. Emmy gets it before us. But what's the situation? So here, Monty still has boost. So here I'm first man. I tried to go really high. Sorry, I didn't really go high. I pulled away thinking that Emmy was going to hit the ball out, but he doesn't in the end. He goes low. And then I get close. And here I probably should have challenged. I think I was a bit confused. So here I go to challenge. Oh, I thought he was going to. I think I probably thought he was going to pop the ball high on the bounce, but he didn't. He hit it low, and I think it kind of threw me off. So yeah, that was. I don't think that whole sequence was a great play by me. I will be honest. I probably should have been a bit more aggressive, get a bit more forward, and kind of just 50 this ball. The reason is because we know that our teammate has boost from what we saw in the last interaction, so we can challenge this and try to let mate pick up the second ball. So I'm going to be honest, I'm not too sure what was going through my mind at that particular point. So here, get pads, don't go all the way back for boost. I see my teammate is in the air. I try to get close, semi-close because two opponents are back. I'm not going to be expecting a pass. If anything, I'm expecting the opponents to clear this ball. This is not an opportunity to score because both opponents are kind of positioned pretty well in their net. So an opportunity to score this is not going to be great. So I'm kind of a bit more reserved. I'm not even going to try and go for this ball. Like I said, I'm just here to show presence, to apply pressure, which forces KC to clear the ball. And then I try to get this, I try to get the initial challenge in. I'm not trying to score at the moment. Here, definitely too slow by me. I do get bumped. I think here you might be thinking, why didn't I just go for boost? I think I was planning to go for boost here, but the moment my car got bumped, here, when I got bumped, I just thought to myself, okay, the moment I got bumped, I can't go for the boost anymore. I thought that the opponent, I think it was Emmy, was going to get the boost before me, just because of my speed and my momentum was completely disrupted here. It was completely killed off, right? So I was thinking, I can't go for boost anymore. He's going to get it. So I kind of left it thinking that Emmy is going to get it before me. In hindsight, obviously, it looks like a bad decision. Emmy doesn't even go for the boost here. And I just, I don't even get close to the ball here. So definitely a misplay by me. I try to jump, doesn't make a difference. I don't try to flip. It's a good thing that I don't flip, because then it will take me longer to get back, even though me getting back is going to take forever regardless. So fortunately, my presence does force Emmy to boom the ball, which thankfully allows my mate to get a good clear back to me. This was, again, horrid by me again. I think my intention here was I wanted to pass it back down to Monty, but it didn't really work out, as you guys can see. So that wasn't great. Just gave the ball away for no reason. So here, let's see what happened here, guys. So I know my teammate has no boost here, so the idea here is that I'm gonna just see if my mate is gonna cut in. Is he gonna challenge, or is he gonna rotate away? So I'm kind of keeping keeping a little bit of a distance, because when you're unsure as to who's going to go, especially when your mate is with no boost and there's two opponents next to them, and especially when the ball is traveling pretty fast. Let me show you guys. Right, so the ball's traveling pretty fast. So here, because it's really hard to see who's going to hit the ball, Emmy is jumping for the ball. You also need to protect your net for a crazy redirect, right? So here, I think a redirect is going to happen. You know, there's too much like chaos going on, so I don't want to get too close in case I get caught off. Eventually, Emmy does kind of redirect the ball, and then my safe distance was able to pay off. Here, what I do here is we single jump, and I try to wave dash on the wall to get some control. Pop the ball up. Obviously, the ball is behind me, so I can't contest. Here, just watching if Monty is going to pass the ball to me. I turn around here. Now, let me think back in hindsight. I'm not too sure why I turned back. I'm going to be honest. I think maybe I was afraid that Emmy was going to demo chase me here, and it kind of made me panic a little bit, so I kind of turned around thinking he's going to chase me. That's the only kind of plausible reason I can kind of think of right now. So, you know, I'm not perfect. I will make mistakes. So, yeah. So here, very important, Monty has no boost. So I have to be careful. If he does get a challenge, then I can't fully commit on what it is that I want to commit on, because he's going to take a long time to get back. So here, I know my teammate is going to take a long time to get back here, so I have to be careful, right? He bumps him, and I can't commit here. I can't die for this ball. I can't go here because, again, in almost every decision, you'll hear that as you're listening through this video, that every decision that I'm going through right now, you will notice that every decision is somewhat influenced by my mate. I'm talking about my mate a lot here, and that's how generally you want to be playing twos. So here, I turn away because I know my mate doesn't have boost. He's not going to be able to pick up the second ball. Right now, he will be back, and I pass the ball to him. Stay in the play. Just stay in the play, get close. He's about to get demoed here, or taking the ball, but we managed to read the play, and unfortunately, we do get demoed. So here, trying to get back into the play. Can see Casey's going for the ball here, but I also see that I'm going to get demo chased, so I get bumped, and I couldn't get there in time. So is there anything that we could have improved here? Let's see. So here I go for a wave dash because I don't want to flip, right? I don't want to flip in case the ball gets boomed as I'm respawning. So I tried to get close here to apply some pressure. I always want to try to show some sort of presence, but unfortunately, you know, I just got demoed. I'm putting a 2v1. It's very difficult, and by the time I try to run away from Emmy, I'm getting bumped, and yeah, really just unfortunate. But I definitely think I could have done a bit better there by noticing the demo a lot earlier. So I think that's on me. I think I could have done better there. All right, let's keep going, guys. 50, just about missed the boost here. So cheating up. I thought I could get that boost here, but I should have just committed. I should have just committed to the... Yeah, I should have just grabbed that pad and committed to the ball and tried to pinch the ball away. I got too greedy and, you know, let's see if we get punished. Fortunately, we don't get punished here. So here, let's see what happened here. Again, just a bit of a scruffle, 50. Like I said, I don't want you guys to focus too much on what I do on the ball. It's more about trying to focus on what I'm doing off the ball is the most important part, I would say. So I'm not going to comment too much on what I'm doing on the ball as much as possible, okay? So let's take it back. So what happened here? Ball gets cleared. I am on 0 boost. So what do? Here I try to go for their corner boost. I think here, because it was a bit of a double commit, so what I thought was my teammate is 100% going to get this ball because there's a double commit, right? It's natural to think that your teammate will get this ball here. So what I did is that I tried to go for their corner boost, but then I realized that I can't get their corner boost, so I need to see what's happening. And then I realized that my mate doesn't have any boost and he's not in position to get this, maybe because it was an erratic 50, so he probably didn't expect the ball to be, 50'd over there. So what do? I go for mid boost because it's the closest boost. I could go for my, I'm sorry guys, let me go back. Let me try and show you guys. I could go for pads here, but because I know that my mate has no boost, right? I know my mate has no boost and he's unlikely to get this ball and Emmy is going to get this ball before him. I go and get mid boost, so I'm prepared with 100 boost for Emmy to boom this ball, especially if my mate applies pressure. It's likely that Emmy is going to hit the ball away or 50 it, and I will have 100 boost to pick up the second ball. This is what I do. It turns out that my mate does get the ball, but doesn't really matter because I still have 100 boost and the ball is not in any kind of position where even if I was in the play or closer to the play, I would have had any kind of influence anyway. So now obviously I'm trying to get into the play and try to go for the shot. Nothing really much to talk about. Emmy just passes the ball to me and I try to go for the shot and it gets saved. Yeah, again, trying to be useful as much as possible off the ball. I can see Emmy was about to turn and try to go for the ball here. Just give him a quick little bump. It buys my mate a bit more time to, do whatever it is that he wants to do, right? He hits the ball. I grab for mid boost. So here, obviously the correct play was mate needed to just control this ball a bit more. But maybe because Emmy flipped, it made him panic in case he got bumped. So understandable. So here I'm left in a 2v1, but not a scary 2v1. Just have to be very respectful of the opponents here. So he goes up in the air. If you notice what I do here, maybe you guys did notice, I have 100 boost here. And what I do is that when Emmy hits the ball up and he comes down, I notice that Emmy doesn't have boost because he wouldn't have driven down the wall. So what I do quickly is I reverse, use my boost to pick up that boost so Emmy doesn't get that boost. So now I know for certain that I don't have to be too worried about Emmy because he has no way of getting boost now. So I don't have to, I can just that's what I do. I kind of just cushion the ball into the corner because I know I don't have to be worried here. I don't have to be worried. I know for a fact that Emmy has no boost. So looking at these small kind of clues in what the opponent is doing can kind of help you to figure out if the opponent has boost or not. So definitely something to keep in mind. So here, going for a dribble. Completely failed. I wasn't really sure what I was doing. I was kind of waiting for Emmy to challenge, and then by the time I got close enough to make a decision, I just didn't have enough boost at that point. So that was completely inefficient by me. So yeah. So here, as you guys can see, I lose the ball. I have low boost. I don't go away. I stay, right? I go towards my mate, grab one pad. My mate turns and makes a play. What do? We try to also turn, but Emmy got a touch, so I couldn't turn since he got a touch here. So here, just trying to defend a 1v1 situation, and not sure what happened here, guys, but as you can see, they double committed, and yeah, that's basically what happened. All right, let's keep going. All right, so we're losing 2-1 here. Kickoff, good kickoff by mate. Get the boost, and yeah, just a normal air dribble. Nothing too crazy there, just to make it 2-2. All right, keep pushing. Kickoff. Try to go for the boost here. So definitely something I need to work on is understanding that I mean, I could have. If I did like a zap dash here, I probably would have been able to get the boost there, but I didn't. And Emmy, you know, got the boost before me. So, oh, this is really, really good. So here, when I say really, really good, I don't mean it in a, you know, hubris way. I mean it just like something for you guys to see. So here, I have 12 boost. I get the pad, and I know my mate has full boost. So I know my mate wants to engage at some point. So a lot of people here would just rotate out and try to get big boost, right? But we don't want to do this. You want, when your mate wants to engage, you need to be there to support them, even if you have low boost. So what do? We grab 1 or 2 pads, right? My mate is engaging, right? He's about to make a challenge. What do? We try and turn and face the 50. It's super important that you guys try to incorporate this in your twos games. If your mate is going to engage, no matter how much boost you have, you need to just go and face the 50 as much as you can. Obviously, there will be some exceptions where you won't have to do that, but you know, I can't talk about exceptions. I can only talk about the general rules that you should follow. So here, unfortunately, it's a 50 that just kind of falls right back to the opponent here. So you could argue. So what could you argue here? You could argue that my mate, so let me show you guys. So my mate here, right? My mate can see that I have no boost. So what mate should do here is play it slow. So if you're going to 50, make it a 50 that doesn't put you out of play, or make it a 50 that does not consume a lot of boost for you so you can get another touch. So for example, here, right here, if Monty wanted to challenge this, he should have single jump, right? Which is what he does perfectly. So this is correct, right? Unfortunately, the way it bounces was just really, really unfortunate. And I think this is what messed him up. That part here. So single jump. And I think he wanted to wave dash. And I think if he did wave dash, he would have been in the perfect position to challenge KC, or at least be in the perfect position to come back and cut rotation and help me out. So just a series of unfortunate events there. Okay, so obviously here, nothing to be afraid of. The moment I see that KC is going towards my corner, no panic, absolutely nothing to be worried about. Grab boost, wait for him to come to you, because what's he going to do really? There's no threat here, absolutely no threat. So what do? I just wait. I'm just kind of just waiting for him to finish his thing. And then it's like, okay, thank you for the ball, right? Nothing, your corner is always your safe zone. Here, trying to make a mechanical play here. Like I said, my mechanics are absolutely atrocious here. And here, we don't talk about this, right, guys? I try to place this top left, you know, because hitting the ball behind or over the shoulder of the opponent is the best way to score. It's the hardest save to make. And I just absolutely scuffed my shot. So there's no excuse whatsoever there. Again, coming back. Here. So as I'm rotating back here, I'm just checking to see if my mate is going to challenge. That's because if my mate is going to challenge here, I need to figure out, is my mate going to get beat? And if he's going to get beat, and I'm pretty sure he's going to get beat, then I'm not going to turn around. I'm going to keep my shadow position for the obvious reason that he gets beat and I make the save. But I'm keeping an eye that if Monty is able to get the ball here or some sort of 50, I need to get ready to turn around. I'm not going to just go back and get boost. So one of the most important things is when you're rotating back and you're low boost, it's very tempting just to go get boost. But you need to figure out and analyze and read the play to ask yourself, is it the correct time to go get boost, or do I need to wait a little longer? So as you can see, that's why I don't go get boost here, because I'm figuring out who's going to hit the ball. It looks like it's going to be Emmy, but I can see that KC is going with boost, supersonic speed. He's going to boom the ball really hard here, and he does. And that's why I go back to cover my net. using pads. And then we have a nice ball, and we can do, it wasn't the best touch by me. I need to hit this ball. Yeah, I need to hit this ball harder. It wasn't a great touch by me there. Now here, going up the ceiling, just try to knock it down there. What did I try to do here? Yeah, just try to like poke it down. Try to fake an aerial play, but it didn't work out in the end. My teammate tries to go. Here, I can't afford to buy time here. So here, my mate has no boost. He takes it up the wall. Obviously, you can't just buy time here, because if you pull away from the ball here, even though it's so close to you, then it's just, it doesn't make any sense, right? The guy's going to beat you, and then it's going to take you longer to get back. Your teammate has no boost. So here, you just have to challenge this ball to, in a way, you know, indirectly buy time for your mate, because then your mate has more time to turn around and try to go for this ball. Unfortunately, had no boost, so it wasn't as easy. My decision here is okay, so I can already instinctively tell what my decision here was. So the reason why I just go for this ball and hit it away is because when I land here, I could hear that the first man opponent was behind me. So I was afraid of a demo. And if I get demoed here, they score 100%. So I could hear them behind me. So it was more of a, okay, let me just go for this ball and just hit it. I just need to hit this ball away so I don't get demoed, and I can try to hit it in a way where it will buy my mate time to grab some pads and rejoin me. So this is why. And if you look underneath me, yeah, so you can see that KC was trying to go for me and trying to demo me. So that's why it looks like I just gave the ball away, but that is the contextual situation behind it. Fortunately, Monty does get a follow-up touch, which is good because it buys me more time to get boost and try to rejoin the play. This is very important. Again, it's just, I'm trying to emphasize, guys, that every decision you make, it's about your mate. Your mate is up there, has no boost. So when you make a play here, it needs to be a safe play. Any kind of mechanical play you do here, naturally, it has to be at least a semi-safe play, because if you try to go for a risky play and you lose the ball, your teammate isn't going to be back to help you anymore. So here, look, do you see that? I just take a soft touch because I don't want anything risky. I don't want to hit the ball in such a way or try to go for a mechanical play in such a way where if I mess up, my teammate is going to be in a 1v1 or a 2v1. So I just hit the ball softly here. I can see that KC is quite obvious that KC wants me bump me here. So I just kind of break a little bit and then take a touch and then take a shot. Pretty nice shot, I will admit. We managed to get it right into the corner. But the takeaway here, what is the takeaway? The takeaway is the decision that we made here was because of mate. That was it. We didn't go for a crazy play. We didn't try to speed up the play. We played it really slow because mate is not back yet. He has no boost. So we just play it slow, play for the 50, wait for me to get boost, and then you can try to go for something a bit more flashy or a bit more risky when your mate can follow up on the second ball. If you know you're about to make a challenge and you know that your mate cannot make the second ball, then the challenge that you make should be low risk. It should be like a challenge that doesn't make it so that the opponent can counterattack your mate who was not ready for the second ball. So keep that in mind, okay? All right, let's just finish off the last little part here. All right, let's keep going. Okay, shooting up. Let mate get mid boost for obvious reasons. I messed up my speed flip here. Here, I just thought I could get a follow-up. The moment I realized that I'm not going to score this, we try to adjust our car and just try to go for the 50, which is what I tried to do here. Just try to go for the 50 and recover and try to get back. Here, just nothing. I don't think there's much to talk about here. Just, mate gets demoed. I'm just trying to rotate back. Fortunately, he misses his shot, and I'm just trying to find a way to recover. All right, so here, it's okay. So This is so I'm trying to find my best way to explain this here, but the reason why we go up here is because the way the car is about to interact with the ball. So what do I mean here? So here, hit the ball. It's very, very tempting to just keep on boosting and try to 50 this ball. But the reason why we don't do this is because we know that Emmy is going to get the ball before us. So if Emmy is going to get the ball before us, think about how they are going to try to get the ball past you. Well, the most obvious answer is he's going to try to pop the ball high or try to pop the ball on the wall to get a bounce off. So the logic here is I need to get down here because I can't get this ball anymore. I need to go down here and cover the backboard because if he flips, the ball is going to go low and I'll be able to save it to go low. But if he pops it high, it's going to be super awkward to save if I'm positioned on the ground. So here, he's about to, like a lot of players would try to kind of go this way, right? They'd kind of just stay on the ground, turn away this way. But if MB pops the ball, which he does, if he pops the ball, kind of like towards over your shoulder, I can't really give you a 3D POV. Then if he tries to pop the ball over you, then it's going to be really hard to get it when you're grounded, right? So, but when you go backboard, or at least try to get some sort of elevation, now we're at the same level height of the ball. As you guys know, I always try to be at the same level height of the ball when you're challenging. And now when we try to challenge, it's, as you can see, a lot easier to try and get this ball now. So that's another important point. So trying to go for another 50 here. So rotation. Let me try to explain this rotation as best as I can. So obviously low boost, I can see mate has low boost too. Here, we don't go back post here. So the reason why is because if my mate turns, if my mate turned and tried to read this ball, I need to be ready for him to get a touch and potentially try to follow up on the second ball. So in my head, it's all about the second ball, right? So here I'm rotating, it bounces off. So the moment I see this kind of picture here, I'm thinking, okay, the ball is going to bounce off the corner and my teammate might jump and try and read the ball. So, right. So that's why I turn my ball cam on and I don't just go for pads and just rotate back post. Because I'm thinking if this ball bounces, look, it looks like my teammate might read this ball. So now I'm thinking, okay, if he's going to try and read this ball, I need to be ready for him to make the touch so I can follow up on his second touch. I can follow up on the second ball. Right? And that's going to be the best way to relieve pressure. In the end, I'm thinking, okay, is he going to go up? Is he going to go up? He doesn't. So he turns away. So when he turns away, it makes my position look a bit more awkward now. Right? Fortunately, he misses. And this is now a dangerous position because I kind of banked on my mate trying to read the bounce. He didn't. It kind of makes my position look a bit more awkward now. Fortunately, Emmy doesn't make the touch that he wanted. If Emmy popped the ball up to the backboard and went for an aerial, I think they would have scored definitely. So that was my logic behind my positioning there. Here, just grabbing some boost. It's not really leaving the play because Monty doesn't really have possession. He's not really challenging. Nothing is really happening. So when there's a situation where both you and your teammate are not really in the play, then you can go and get boost because, you know, none of you guys are in the play anyway. So here, positioning like this. Why do we position like this? Well, if you guys have noticed by now, 50s, Monty is coming at the ball this way. Emmy is likely to come at the ball this way. The ball is likely going to pop somewhere in this direction. So we are positioning this way for the ball to go this direction. You might be thinking, but what happens if Emmy just completely beats him? Well, one, Monty didn't do his job correctly, but two, it doesn't really matter because you can just turn and then go and pick up the ball as you meet it. So this is how we position. We don't turn away. A lot of players would probably position like this because they're scared of the 50. But if the ball goes this way, then this going to take you a bit longer to go and get the ball if it goes that way. So yeah. So yeah, as you can see, sorry, I kind of got distracted there. The enemy does get the ball, but we can just turn. And what kind of touch do we take? A soft touch. And why do we take a soft touch here? Well, because my mate is in the corner. Does my mate have boost? Yes, of course, he still has boost. He'll be able to recover. But if we hit the ball too hard, then the guy in net might be able to boom the ball into our empty net. So here, I'm just taking a soft touch. I don't want the ball to go too far away from my car. So a nice soft touch, just hit it to the corner. And then when I land, I can try to apply pressure once again. Okay. And then it ends up being, well, should have been a goal, but it wasn't in the end. So Monty has the ball. I think he tried to pop the ball up to me. I can't really go here right now. My mate has no boost. If I try to dive for this ball and I lose the 50, or the ball doesn't go in the way, doesn't 50 in a way where we want it to 50, then KC will likely pick up the second ball. My mate has no boost. I am out of the play. They could score. So what do? We buy time for mate to come back. We buy time. Do I think he has boost right now? No, I don't. Here, they just double commit. I think they were just rushing. Not too sure why. I get bumped. The play just resets, but you guys get the gist. We're trying to buy time for mate. Mate is challenging with no boost here. Just keeping an eye to see if he wins the challenge. He turns back. I'm watching to see if he's going to go again, right? I don't rush. I'm just watching to see, is he going to go again? Yes, he does. So what do? We wait. Now it's kind of awkward. Why is it awkward? Because mate has gone to challenge and turned back twice. So because he's turned back again, now it puts me in a very awkward position. So this is why it's very, very important as first man to just sometimes go here. Okay, this context is a bit different because you're winning by 1 goal and it's 1 second left. So it's understandable why your mate might not want to put themselves out of position. But in general, if you're going to be going forward like this, you have to commit to what you're trying to do. Because if you fake challenge, then automatically, can you see how awkward it makes me? Because now I'm thinking, like, what the heck's happening? Are you going to challenge or not? Because it's not physically possible to position optimally for a challenge and also position optimally for a fake challenge. You can't do both at the same time. It's either one or the other, right? So this is why it makes my position look really, really awkward here. Eventually he tries to go again, but the game is over. So guys, I know I said this is going to be a short video, but I like to ramble quite a lot when I'm doing analysis videos. You guys know it's a passion of mine. This game is a passion of mine. So I do hope you guys manage to take something from this replay. I'm going to try to edit this and make it as short as possible, but no promises. So you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I will catch you on the next one. Thank you.